Tired of waiting endlessly for your Portuguese passport? Well, you're not alone. Today, I'm breaking down the real timelines for getting your Portuguese nationality, whether you're applying through your parents or your grandparents. And trust me, this is not what most people think. Hi, I'm Jason Machado, the director at TIC Global. We help people from the Gulf and beyond navigate the complex process of Portuguese nationality right from the start till the end without any guesswork. In almost every consultation we do, there's one question that comes up over and over again. How long does it take actually to get the Portuguese nationality? Now, if you're already a TIC Global client, you don't need to worry about it because we've already mapped out the exact timelines for you for your Portuguese nationality. But for everyone else, it's easy to get confused. There are floods of conflicting information. Some say 2 years, some say 5. And then there's that one guy who claims he got his passport in 6 months. So what is the truth? That's exactly what I'm going to break down today. The real timelines to get your Portuguese passport, whether you're applying through your parents or grandparents. And this can literally save you years of frustration. So let's dive into the details. Now, there are two main pathways if you're applying based on your ancestry. Let's start with the faster part. The first pathway, or let's call it route 1, getting your Portuguese nationality through your parents. Now, I say faster, but in comparison, make no mistake, it still takes time. And here's exactly what you're looking at. So step 1 is registering your parents' Portuguese nationality. This is the foundation for your entire application. So if your parent was born outside Portugal or never claimed for a Portuguese citizenship, you can't move forward with your process until their nationality is officially recognized by the Portuguese government. This is not automatic even if they're eligible, and this process involves submitting historical birth records, birth certificates, proof of lineage, and sometimes even certified translations. So the estimated time frame for this process is up to 4 years. And yes, it does take that long because the Portugal Civil Registry has strict verification procedures, especially for cases involving overseas birth. Now, here's a pro tip. If your parent was born before 1961, you may qualify under the older nationality laws, which could make the process slightly more straightforward. Step 2, registering your parents' marriage in Portugal. Now, this step is one step many people overlook, and it's cost them dearly at the end. If your parent was married outside Portugal and never registered that marriage with the Portuguese Civil Registry, you need to do it before you can move forward onto your process. Why? Because under Portuguese law, if the marriage isn't registered, it's not legally recognized, and that affects your eligibility to inherit nationality. The estimated time for this is between 4 to 6 months. Again, a pro tip here, this step usually involves submitting certified marriage certificates, apostles, and translations. Step 3, registering your own birth in Portugal. Finally, once your parent is legally recognized as a Portuguese citizen and their marriage is registered, now it's your turn. You now need to register your own birth in the Portuguese system, which officially links you to your ancestry and completes your nationality claim. So the estimated time for this process is between 18 to 24 months. This part depends heavily on how clean and organized your paperwork is. If everything checks out, the process moves pretty smoothly. If not, expect delays. So some of the common causes for delay would be name mismatches, missing translations, outdated documents, errors in birth dates or places. So if you're applying through your parent, here's your full timeline. For your parent's nationality, it's approximately up to 4 years. The marriage registration for your parent, it's between 4 to 6 months. And for your birth registration, it's between 18 to 24 months. So that adds up to roughly between 6 to 6.5 years. Yes, it's a journey, but the good news is you'll only go through this process once, and once it's done, you're a Portuguese citizen for life. Now, here's a final pro tip for route 1. The biggest difference in preparation is if your documents are complete, clean, and submitted correctly the first time, you avoid months, sometimes even years of delay. So working with an expert can literally mean the difference between 6 years and 8+ years. Route 2, Portuguese citizenship through your grandparents. Now let's talk about the longer but still very possible route. This is the route I had taken for my process. The Portuguese nationality to your grandparents, this path is more complex and takes more time, but if done right, it can absolutely lead to success. And here's a full breakdown for this process. Step 1. Registering your grandparents' Portuguese nationality. This is where the process begins and where many people get stuck. So even if your grandparent was born in Portugal, that doesn't automatically mean they are recognized as a Portuguese citizen on paper, especially if they immigrated or never claimed for citizenship formally. To move forward, you need to prove their birth and lineage with authenticated documents. That includes their birth records, immigration papers, and sometimes even archived church documents or municipal documents. So the estimated time for this process is up to 4 years. Why so long? Because the Portuguese government takes time to verify every detail, especially for records from 70 plus years ago that may not be digitized. So here's a pro tip. Start this process as soon as possible. It's the bottleneck of the entire process. Step 2. Registering your grandparents' marriage. If your grandparents got married outside Portugal and their marriage wasn't registered in the Portugal system, you'll need to handle this next. This step is crucial. Portuguese law requires that all marriages be on record for citizenship claims to descent to move forward. So the estimated time for this process is between 4 to 6 months. Just like Route 1, you'll need certified copies, apostles, and translations. Step 3. Registering your parents' nationality. Now, once your grandparent is officially registered as a Portuguese citizen and their marriage is on file, it's time to register your parents. This step is essential because it officially links the generation line from your grandparent to your parent and then to you. So here's a pro tip. Make sure your parents' documents are clean and consistent with your grandparents' records. Any mismatches equals delays. Step 4. Registering your parents' marriage. Yes, we're back at another marriage registration. So if your parents' marriage wasn't registered in Portugal, it needs to be done before you move to the final step. The estimated time for registering your parents' marriage is anywhere between 4 to 6 months. Again, do not skip this step. Step 5. Registering your own birth in Portugal. This is the final and the most exciting step. Registering your own birth. This is where you finally become recognized as a Portuguese citizen. The estimated time, if you're a minor, is somewhere between 6 months, and for an adult, it's between 18 to 24 months. So if you're an adult, expect the standard wait time. If you're a minor, you'll probably move a bit faster to the process. Here's the complete breakdown. Grandparent nationality 4 years, grandparent marriage registration 4 to 6 months, parents nationality 18 to 24 months, parents' marriage would be 4 to 6 months. Your birth registration, 6 to 24 months. So altogether, you're looking at somewhere between 8 to 10 years. Yes, it's long, but here's the upside. You're claiming something that lasts forever. European Union citizenship and all the benefits that come with it. Final advice for Route 2. The biggest mistake people make is starting without knowing what documents they actually need. So if you're chasing down 70 plus year old birth records in multiple countries, fixing errors and translating legal documents, you need a strategy and more importantly, you need support. So here's a bonus tip. Document gathering equals to your first real challenge. And here's something most people overlook. Gathering your documents is where the clock starts and where most of the delays actually take place. So if you have expert guidance during this process, you can usually collect and prepare all the necessary documents in around 4 to 5 months. But without help, this process could take you a year or sometimes even 2 years to gather all your documents. Especially if you're chasing documents like your old birth records, name mismatches, getting official translations, or dealing with missing stamps and legalizations. I've linked the video above. Get your Portuguese passport faster with this one simple birth record recovery method. Just click on the link above and check it out. It could save you a lot of time. So you can think of this stage like a treasure hunt, except the prize here is your Portuguese passport. Remember, even if one document is incorrect, your entire application can be delayed or even rejected. This is also why working with professionals who've done this hundreds of times can make all the difference. At TIC Global, We've helped clients reduce this entire process by years just by getting documents gathering right from the start. So if you want experts' help navigating the Portuguese passport process, click on the link below and let's make it happen without any guesswork. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.